So what's been going down, Kingdom Hearts fans? It's your boy Amaziah here, and I know it's been a minute since I've actually dropped a real video. I do plan on making a video explaining why there's so many gaps between like when I make actual videos eventually, but today is not that day because we got so much to talk about from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and then I also want to talk a little bit about the events that are coming up this month. I don't remember what the second one was, but I do know we have TGS coming up this month. So obviously there may be some potential chances of us getting some more Kingdom Hearts 3 content or Kingdom Hearts 3 material. I also know that I never wound up dropping my analysis for the stuff that we got at D23, and it's kind of a back set for me personally, even mentally, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been uploading videos because I feel like it was unfair for me to just move past doing the analysis for that. But I have to keep trekking on, even if I want to do it, I have to keep trekking on, and if I get the chance to do it, then it'll come out when it comes out. But what I wanted to talk about when it came to Union Cross specifically is the characters Strelitzia and Laurium. Now, the events that have taken place that follows these two characters, especially when Laurium is finally revealed to us, is something that's, driving the community with a lot of questions, such as how the hell does Laurium or Marluxia's original self live from so long ago, which is the same question we are asking with Ventus. Even though with Ventus it kind of seemed like a pass because, he by sleep with Master Xehanort when he was doing the training with him. So it wasn't like we really knew his past to begin with. We knew that Aqua and Terra were raised from a very young age by Master Ericus. I wouldn't say that they were infants or babies when he got them, but they definitely were very young because they had that same type of connection to him as a daughter and father or a son and father like relationship. So we know that they more than likely were involved with Master Ericus since a very young age. Whereas Ventus, we saw him in relatively about the same age with Master Xehanort. We didn't get to see his full past, so it was kind of understandable with him. And then, when you kind of think about it, it's kind of understandable for Laurium as well. But the question is, and what makes it so weird for Laurium compared to Ventus, is that how long has Laurium truly been a nobody? How long ago was it that he became a nobody? And what was Marluxia's true intentions? Well, before we get to that, I want to jump onto Strelitzia real quick because I wanted to talk about nobodies. We got an image or a drawing from Tetsuya Nomura that involved the five new Union leaders and a hooded figure. Now, this hooded figure has been talked about by so many people on Twitter. Some people were thinking that it's Luxu. Some people were thinking that it could even potentially be the Master of Masters. But I'm going to go on a dime and say that, I don't know why I said a dime, but I'm going to go out on a whim and say that I believe that this is actually Strelitzia's nobody. And the story we're about to see unravel isn't just the story of these five Union leaders, but also the story of the original nobody. I feel like it would make perfect sense for them to go ahead and explain this. And also, it would finally be an opportunity to develop that real, sense of death in Kingdom Hearts. Like, real death. Maybe Strelitzia's nobody will be destroyed, and maybe she won't have the will to become, of course, herself again. Maybe she'll be the first nobody we see actually die, or maybe she'll be the first character we see actually die in general. Voice crack. I know that we did see her get cut down, but Tetsuya Nomura has officially stated that there is no real concept of death in Kingdom Hearts. Now, when he says this, obviously, he doesn't mean that, of course, the characters can live forever. He means that the characters cannot be cut down and die in that sense. So there is no real concept of death in a shoot you in the head and your ass is fucking gone. You're fucking blasted away. There is a concept of getting old and dying because we see characters aging, and if characters age, that means they have a biological clock to them, meaning that they have a set point of time or a set lifespan. It's just a matter of how long do they truly live. But when it comes to Strelitzia, I feel like this character is definitely her, and if you zoom in, you can see like little bangs of blonde hair as well. So I feel like definitely this is Strelitzia. I mean, her hair was a little bit on the orangish side rather than that fully blonde, vibrant yellow kind of sun. When the sun hits it, that shit shines kind of yellowish. But it does still seem like it's her, in my opinion. And I mean, if a lot of you guys haven't ever zoomed in on the image and you're just now seeing this, I feel like a lot of you guys would agree that you do see blonde bangs on this character's head. So obviously, that's my thoughts about it. I feel like we're going to be seeing the story of the original nobody, the very first character, because you realize there are no nobodies for the union members from before. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of fathers and stuff that we got to see become heartless, and then we also had the characters that were in the Keyblade War. But if I'm not mistaken, their hearts probably more than likely got absorbed by Kingdom Hearts, seeing as it was present, it was there, it absorbed their hearts rather than their hearts just scattering about and them becoming more heartless and nobodies. So next we move on to Laurium, and what I wanted to talk about with Laurium is just specifically like just a lot of speculation and theorizing, because for the longest time, and I truly mean the longest time, ever since I first saw Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, the full story unfold sometime back in like 2012, I've always questioned what was it about Marluxia that made him want to turn against Xemnas. Of course, turning on Xemnas would be something that's kind of understandable for a character like Marluxia. He's an alpha male. He's an alpha male type character, and Xemnas was the leader, so him wanting to take over was a very logical kind of thing that was going on there. But I always felt like there was something more behind it, and I felt like the reason why he rallied up these members with him to become of course, the leaders of the Organization 13 and replace like Xemnas, Breg, and all of that shit, all of them, the rest of them, the ones that were truly loyal to him. The reason why he wanted to do this is probably because he had a connection to Master Xehanort. And I don't know exactly if we can really say right now if he had any connections to him, but Laurium and of course how Marluxia came to be and why he would want to turn on Xemnas may have something to do with Laurium probably fighting Master Xehanort sometime in the past. We do know that young Xehanort wrote in the Xehanort reports that he did have knowledge of other unions that existed outside of him, Ericus, and their master. So maybe one day, when he truly became a Keyblade wielder, or when he got his hands on his Keyblade, he probably decided to go and attack these unions. And maybe one of these unions were Laurium's very own union, and he probably was too strong for them. We know that Master Xehanort officially is presumed to be probably the strongest Keyblade master of all time. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't be stronger than the Master of Masters. The Foretellers is kind of questionable. Maybe he is as strong as a Foreteller, but we know that he's presumably the strongest master of all time. So, if he's presumably the strongest master of all time, and this is said in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance in an actual report, then why would it seem like it wouldn't be possible for him to go off and attack these unions or attack a union? And maybe he attacked a union, and what probably wound up happening was he could have even defeated all of the union members, and maybe these new union member leaders are a part of his Dark Seekers. And the reason why Laurium had probably had the plans to turn on him is probably because he understood the weight of what was happening. He probably had some type of connection to these characters, and what Marluxia started probably remembering over time is what had wound up happening with Master Xehanort. And once he realized that Master Xehanort and Xemnas are probably more than likely one and the same, or he probably realized that they have the same intentions and goals, Laurium or Marluxia probably devised a plan to take him out. And this can literally be seen in the plot of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Just think about it for a second. Yeah, Marluxia had his own evil intentions, you could say, and I'm saying that with air quotes, like I'm doing it with my hands for some reason, like you guys can see it. Yeah, Marluxia had evil plans, but Marluxia also had the plan to steal the hero from his fate, which was having Naminé rewrite his memories and make it seem like he always worked for Marluxia and them. You see what I'm saying? You know, you see what I'm saying? It seems like it's more so set up that he was trying to make Sora into this hero that could go off with the Keyblade, the only power that could get rid of Xemnas and defeat Xemnas and stop Xehanort and his plans. I feel like that's what truly went down in Chain of Memories. And we also know that Marluxia or Laurium, whichever one it's going to be, will be involved in Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, yeah, we saw a dust that resembles the same powers that Marluxia could use, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Marluxia is back or that Marluxia is a part of the 13 Seekers. It could easily mean that Laurium remembered all of this stuff from Marluxia's time as being a nobody, because we also saw in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance that Lee had some of the memories that Axel had. Remember the little talk that that Roxas and and Axel had when they were, I think, about to go back into their original selves. He had those memories, so it's very highly possible that Laurium, who probably has been around since the events of Chain of Memories, meaning probably a year now, has probably retained or gotten back all of the memories of the events of Marluxia, which would probably lead to, I said probably a lot in this video, which may have led to some type of plan once again brewing up in the background for Marluxia or Laurium to fight with the seven guardians. I feel like that would be so cool, man, to see Marluxia, a character that the fans truly loved, and a character that was just so mysterious and never really got the opportunity to have like that full on villain status, because of course Chain of Memories was just like a little side game until Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So he never got the chance to have that true villain status, nor have we really gotten a chance to really dive deeper into him as a character. And with the events of Union Cross, yeah, while they may be confusing as hell, we may get to see more out of this character. If we find out that this dude used to be a genuinely good guy, then I definitely feel like this theory may have just a little bit more weight to it. I mean, I don't feel like it'll be proven until we actually get through Union Cross and finally get our hands on Kingdom Hearts 3. But if it is true, then what do you guys think? But if it could be possibly true, what do you guys think of the chances that Laurium and Marluxia were actually another opposing force to Master Xehanort, and maybe that has something to do with the past of young Xehanort or Master Xehanort attacking these unions and probably trying to make the union leaders into his 13 seekers at some point. I feel like that would definitely be some crazy ass shit, and it would be a dope ass way to finally connect the events of right now to the events of this long ass time ago. I mean, we see Laurium. We've seen Ventus. He is alive. Laurium, whether or not he could be alive or not, we know that Marluxia has aged a bit, meaning that more than likely, Laurium probably aged a bit before he got destroyed. So definitely, some time is going to pass. We may see a time skip here, but we just don't know yet. And finally, talking about the events that we have coming up, TGS. I don't remember the dates, but it should be very close. I think it's around the 20th. Of course, if a video come out, I'm hoping I can do a reaction to it. If I can do a reaction to it, that would be great, because I haven't done a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer reaction since like what, forever? I think I haven't done one at all for either of the two trailers that have come out. I don't think I got to do one. So definitely I would love to be able to do a reaction video and just hopefully learn some new shit about the story, learn some new things about the gameplay and stuff like that. And obviously, this time around, I will have my analysis out in a timely manner if we do wind up getting a trailer. But I do believe we will get a trailer. Very likely. It's very likely because last year we got one for 2.8. This year not getting one for Kingdom Hearts 3 would definitely be strange. And I do believe we also got one. Well, I think we got like that little tidbit connected to the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailer back in 2015 that was meant to represent Kingdom Hearts 3 as well, or to promote it as well. So let me know what you guys think about the two theories. Remember, Strelitzia, I feel like we're going to be learning the story of the original Nobody, and of course, what Nobodies truly are and how they can exist without the originals. I know I didn't say that during the theory, but I feel like they're going to be establishing things so that way it won't feel like random ass pulls when we get to Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, being able to establish a character like a Nobody existing on their own without the original self is something that they're probably going to do with the story of Strelitzia, which I definitely believe is the hooded figure in the artwork that Tetsuya Nomura gave us. And as far as Laurium is concerned, I feel like there's something that's going to go down here that's going to involve the past, of course, the distant past, this past, and connected to the current events. And Laurium and Marluxia may have been like the real first resistance or the last members of the Union leaders that probably remembered what went on. Because if you look at Laurium, Laurium is holding a dandelion on this artwork. That definitely does seem like a sign that shows loyalty to, of course, Alva's ambitions. So I mean, I feel like this is going to be the case. I feel like there's going to be some type of connection here between Master Xehanort and Laurium that's going to put the two links together. And I mean, yeah, Ventus will also be involved, but I feel like what's probably going to happen with Ventus is that his Union is probably going to be wiped out, or of course the Union system will collapse on its head because of something that Master Xehanort will do, and then of course Master Xehanort will find Ventus, and that's how he wound up becoming his apprentice. Maybe he felt like he was weak, or maybe he even recognized the Keyblade. Maybe he realized the Keyblade is one that's very close to the Foretellers, and maybe he'll believe that something about Master Xehanort connects him to a foreteller of some sort, and it's just a weird, questionable thing there. You know, it kind of gets into that whole like darkness of shit that we don't know about Kingdom Hearts. But of course, from what we do know, I'm hoping that we do have a very bright future with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And the events that have just come up just makes me want to keep my eyes on it a little bit more, not only to find out if my theories are true, but also because these are some very pivotal points in the Kingdom Hearts story that I feel like we've been long overdue about. Like we didn't even know about them, but I feel like it's a long overdue part of the Kingdom Hearts story that we should know by now. So let me know what you guys think. This is being your boy Amaziah. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to keep it A class and everything. Don't forget to do a little A class gaming and everything you do. Don't forget to keep it A class. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck out. That's just how long I haven't done a video, man. It feels so good to be back.